Yo, what is up, everybody? This is Ryan Mahalik or Superstyle Gaming here, back again with another banger for you guys. So as you can see, this is the current standings and everything for the season 3 championships for King of the Hill. You can see I beat Gold Sheep 3-0. Asian beat my boy Hoopin 3-2. That video is on Asian's channel. I'm not going to do a video over it because Asian just posted it. Other games include I Smile beating King 3-0, and Ninjais will be facing a wildcard pick from the pool of KOTH players, with the winner of that facing Brian Chess. So that'll be very interesting. And that's pretty much all the tournaments going. So now into the games versus my boy AsianSensation coming up. Our starting map is offside, so I'll catch you guys there. Yo, what is up, everybody? So we're hopping into game 1 against AsianSensation, and it looks like we got some Dartling Bomb versus Dartling Bomb gameplay here. So we both go for Dartlings round 1. I'm planning on doing a heavy eco start, so I'll probably go 277, unless he sends me along, and then I'm just gonna go 275 and get my powerful darts up. So we'll see how this plays out. Looks like he's sending me a lot too, so I'm just gonna go 275, get my powerful darts up, kind of make myself not leak due to that, and then he looks like he does the exact same thing. We have a 1 eco advantage at this point, so definitely looking good from that standpoint. We both go for a farm. Nothing crazy so far. By the way, most of my viewers are probably already subscribed to Asian, but if you aren't already, subscribe to him. He makes amazing content. He's pretty much the person who inspired me to get into YouTube along with No Monies. So yeah, hop over to his channel. He has a video against Hoopin that he did a few days ago, which is great for the KOTH championships, basically. So pretty passive. This is how Dartling Bomb games normally go. You can't really send anything or force anything till round 8 with yellows, so we're both just kind of farming on at this point. It looks like neither of us go for a farm because we both know yellows are coming. So I always make sure to send yellows first, and the reason being I kind of get that eco lead and get a little bit more money from my eco while he has to get up defense, and then he'll send me later. So that's pretty much what happens. Then he sends me later and he forces my cluster as well. Pretty standard stuff. As you can see though, because we went for a heavy eco start and that type of stuff, our farms are actually not that great this game. So we'll see if this is a BIA game or not. We can't really force anything. You can boost some whites and that might do a little bit of damage, but it's not really worth it. Round 12, we both go for our camo leads and the plutonium darts. And then round 14, after he goes for this farm, I boost some zebras his way and then put some blacks over it. I thought this would do a lot more damage than it did. He actually, I guess, just has good dartling targeting, because normally that will get some leaks through, but I guess not. So definitely a kind of bad rush on my part, so probably should have just played passive there and farmed on. So at this point, since he is up a farm, I pretty much have to rush him here and kind of deny him from getting around 16 BIA. So I send him some camo leads, zebras over it, and blacks, and this ends up forcing a boost. It pretty much always forces a boost unless they have 4 dartlings up. So he does have a money lead because of that, and it looks like we both go for around 17 BIAs here, so pretty late BIAs. He sells his farm, so I know a Moab's going to be coming my way. I pretty much have to boost against this, so I do that immediately, just to kind of try to make myself leak not at all, which I do. So if he sends me another one, it won't be boosted, so I think I'll be able to defend it without boost. I have a decent amount of money along with 4 dartlings, so yeah. He's getting ready for BFBs. I'm definitely sending him one. He's gonna send me one as well, and we'll see if I definitely have to cash out because he had more money when he got his BIA up, but we'll see if he has to cash out. I'm honestly actually not sure if he did. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, it looks like he did. He has 3 maulers up. Yeah, he definitely cashed out. And he actually ends up boosting. I know he didn't want to boost there, but yeah, we both end up boosting against it. He sends me another one, which I think is interesting. I honestly don't think sending another one's that good of an idea. But we'll see how this plays out. Because I have money to defend this without boost. But then he sends me some camo ceramics behind it, which was definitely smart. It forces me to get a hydropods up, but this will defend it without boost easily. So that forced me to sell my BIA. And at this point, instead of a BIA, I'm just gonna go for a facility. So yeah, kind of, I sold my hydropods, got that facility up. And I'm kind of waiting. I didn't go to like upgrade the extra bananas yet because I know he's gonna send me something. He sends me a Moab, which honestly not a smart rush. I had an impact up and a bunch of dartlings, so it was an easy cleanup. And I think soon I sell my impact to go for the more valuable bananas, and he sends me a BFB. Definitely pretty smart move, but he's draining a lot of money sending all of these BFBs and stuff, so honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna have to boost against this one, unless I wanted to sell my farm, which I don't, obviously. So I'm out of boosts, but I do have a facility, so I'm happy about that. And he sends me another BFB. At this point, I sent him a BFB, and the reason being, I knew that I'd probably force a sell of the BIA, and then he'd have no income going for him. I'm trying to defend this BFB without selling my farm. It's gonna be pretty close. If he sent camo ceramics behind, I'd definitely have to sell the farm. But since he didn't, I can just kind of sell my maulers, get up another impact, and clean up those ceramics. So it looks like at this point he's all outing me. So I sell my facility, get some maulers up, and then he puts some camo ceramics behind it. I get up 2 hydropods just to be safe, because I don't have boosts. I don't want to like die or anything. And then to be really safe here, since he sends a bunch of camo ceramics behind, I end up selling everything, getting up a triple pods, and just using the ability, and that cleans up perfectly. So yeah, that's game 1 to me, and we're going to his losing map. Some fun Dartling Farm bomb gameplay there for you guys. Catch you guys in the next map. Alright, looks like he picked Area 52 as his losing. A big late game guy, huh? I've been seeing his videos. He likes going what's it called? Wizard Ice on this map, which Wiz Village outlasts Wiz Ice, so I'm just planning on playing this game pretty passive and just taking it late. So we'll see how that goes. Yep, here we both just bring out the wizards. We went for a passive round 1 farm start, which is expected with our loadouts. I think I'm planning on greeting for my farm here. We'll see if he does the same. I greed for my farm, he does the same. I send some pinks his way. Now I spike these pinks immediately, and the reason being, when the pinks get around this like bend, it kind of messes up the targeting of your wizard, and it actually makes the wizard pop less balloons. So that's kind of why I spike at the front. I get up my lightning, and then he ends up getting his lightning up as well. But he is down a balloon boost now, so we're up 1 balloon boost. We're both going to farm on. There isn't really much we can force until round 8 with their loadouts, so yeah. Kind of similar with Dartling Bomb, there's not really rushes you can do until round 8. So round 8, I boost some yellows his way, and then I'm going to put some regrow whites behind it. He ends up defending with two fireballs and lightning. He kind of does the same rush my way, and I get the same defense that he just had, and that ends up defending. I leak a little bit, but nothing too scary. And we both end up farming on. I send him some regrow zebras after he goes for his farm. This ends up forcing a second lightning, and then at this point I'm just gonna go for my village and start getting some farms under the village to make them cheaper. He kind of does the same rush to me, that forces second lightning. I do a rush to him. It forces only a fireball. I kind of wanted to force more there, but at least that denies him from getting around 14 BIA, because I don't think I was going to be able to get around 14 myself either way. And it looks like we're both probably going to go for around 15 BIA this round, which we do. I didn't know how much money he had at this point. I could have sent him like ceramics and try to force a boost, but I thought it'd be better just to play passive because I didn't have money myself, and he did that to me. I would kind of be screwed. So I ended up going for my my plantation on my BIA, which looking back was probably not a smart idea because now I'm kind of starved for money in case he sends me a Moab. I get up my Dragon's Breath, but that $1,500 would be really helpful right now to spam some Fireball Wizards. So this is going to be close on the defend. I end up getting scared because there's a bunch of ceramics, so I boost. I definitely had to there. If I didn't go for that plantation upgrade on the BIA, I could have done that without boost though. So definitely about a bit of a misplay on my part, and now he's up a boost. I'm not planning on sending him a BFB or anything. I think it's better just to play passive, as I said before, with Village, because I think Village is better than Ice late game, at least. Comment down below if you know, but from my opinion, Village is better on this map. So he sends me a BFB. I'm planning on defending this without boost because it cashed out my BIA, but we'll see how this goes. 4 Dragon's Breaths with a Tornado defends under a Village, but he sends some leads, which is a really smart rush because that blocks the tornadoes. So after that, I end up getting spooked and I have to boost. So definitely not playing the best right now. I am down 2 boosts, but I did get up my facility. Looks like he's going for the BIA spam, which I don't really like on this map, and the reason being, there's just so much farm space. Normally the eco's helpful where you kind of get maxed out on farms and can't spam anymore. But on this map, you can pretty much place farms all day, so I kind of think that just going for facilities is better after getting that 1 BIA. So because he's going for those BIAs, I'm planning on actually sending him a ZOMG later. So then it's going to force him to cash out and probably sell a BIA, while if he had facilities, he could just get the money back fast to defend that ZOMG. So that's what I do here. He face palms me, kind of rude to be honest, but yeah. And then I'm just gonna farm on from this point. But you can see how much defense this is forcing the ZOMG. I honestly would have boosted if I was him to save money. You don't really need 3 boosts for late game. And you can see how much money he spent defending that too, so I think boosting was definitely the play. But you can see how many facilities I've spammed now because of that ZOMG send and how much defense he had to put up and that type of stuff. I am definitely out farming at this point. He is out ecoing, but as I said before, I don't think eco is honestly that valuable on this map. I'd much rather have the farms and eco that I have than him. But he is up a boost. 1 boost, 2 boosts is pretty sufficient late game. 1 boost is not that great. But you can see I pretty much have double his facilities right now. Of course I do get them cheaper though because I do have Village. Something you have to be careful with when you're going Wizard like Village is to not spam too many facilities, because you kind of have to place your defense preemptively, since there's so many wizards and like precise village placements you need to do, that if you're going to try to just have defense that's sufficient for AI and then he does a big rush, you're kind of going to be screwed because you're not going to have your defense ready. So I pretty much stop building facilities here and start going for villages and building defense and that type of stuff. But you can see the out farm. It looks like he stopped with facilities at that point, which honestly is not near enough. You're gonna need a lot of money late game to spam Phoenixes and do a lot of ZOMGs. So we'll see how this plays out. The really good thing about having Village with Apprentice is the left side village makes all of your abilities come back double as quick. So then your village ability and your apprentice ability are all going to be coming back twice the speed, which helps a lot for defending, because The problem with wizards sometimes is that when the ZMGs are out, all of your phoenixes get used, and then after all the phoenixes die off, the balloons can get really far, but when you have like half the cooldown, there isn't much time between the phoenixes, which helps a lot. So as you can see at this point, I start selling my villages just to place more wizards, which I think is definitely the move. I have a good amount of money, and I still have pretty much equal farms with him. He looks like he's just saving up to rush me at this point, which is fair, but again, I don't think he really placed enough farms, so he didn't really get enough money. He starts sending me here. I spam some more wizards, and this isn't too many ZMGs where I can defend it without boost, just using my phoenixes and all the village abilities. I send some back his way. I make sure not to send him too much, because if I send him too much, then he's just gonna pretty much stall and counter me with all out. So I send him enough where he has to keep his defense and boost, but he won't be able to counter me like too hard, and I'll have money to defend. So here it looks like he all outed me. I use all of my phoenixes, all of my village abilities, and boost, and that combination of the village ability and boost is just so strong, where I'm pretty much just decimate through the ZMGs. After I see I defend, I send him a few more ZMGs, because his defense, he barely has any wizards down, to be honest. So it looks like he's struggling to these, but we'll see if he can defend. He has one boost left, and it's close, but he ends up going down. So his current score is 2-0 me, and going to Asian's second losing map. I'll catch you guys there. Alright, it looks like Asian's second losing map is Watto Resorts. I kind of expected him to pick this, to be honest, because he knows I don't play dart, and this is primarily a dart map. So I'm going aggro mortar versus DFA here. You saw me play this matchup against Salamence a while back, so you can kind of recognize my gameplay from that video. If you haven't, great video against Salamence, World Cup tourney. He ended up winning. Actually, I won't spoil it if you didn't see it, but yeah. So I go for a 260 eco start, get up my farm, and then I send constant spaced blues. Now the reason I do this is because going into round 4, I want as many balloons on this backside as possible, because it'll help me layer the balloons much better and keep their dart chasing, which is kind of the goal. So that's what I do. You can see there's a decent amount of balloons back here going into round 4. So it kind of helps overwhelm them with blues if you can do that well on rounds 2 and 3. He ends up grading for his farm, which was expected. And then round 6, I'm going to put some greens all over it, and hopefully force a spolt. That's the goal. He's already getting ready for the spolt, and that's what it forces. He sends me some boosted blacks. I end up just grading with a 1-1 boat, tanking some lives and going for my plantation here. He could have sent me a lot more and like forced more defense, but the reason I'm fine grading lives is because the more he sends me, the less he can farm. So I know he doesn't want to send me a lot, so I'm fine just grading my defense, because I know he isn't going to send me a lot, if that makes sense. Round 9, I'm planning on sending him a big yellow rush, hopefully forcing another spolt. I boost some yellows and it ends up forcing another trip dart. A trip dart's actually more expensive than a spolt, so I'm fine with that. We both send each other leads. I force the Juggernaut, he forces the mortar. I send him some stuff on round 11. Surprisingly, his current defense suffices. I did not know that defense would defend whites. Maybe if I boosted them, I'd force another spolt, but I already used a balloon boost. I'd rather save them for Moabs and other stuff like that. He forces the camel lead detection, but I'm still chilling with just one buccaneer, so my defense is very cheap. Round 13, I send a bunch of zebras. It only forces one spolt. I wanted to force 2 spolts with that, but it's fine. I'm gonna do another zebra rush here and boost it his way. And that ends up forcing a spolt and a boost. Definitely a good rush. Now, as you can see, he is out farming, but that's expected. But look at my eco, 734 eco, round 14. I basically look like I'm an eco player right now, just with 2 plantations behind. Round 15, I do a big rush, some zebras and rainbows. That forces even another sport. And then I do a rush behind with some ceramics. And hopefully that's going to force a trip dart. That ceramic rush actually wasn't very helpful. It didn't force anything. Then round 16, I do another big rush with regrow leads, zebras, pinks all over. And does that force anything? Okay, it forces a trip dart. So pretty much all those rushes were to force defense or force boosts, because I'm trying to do as much as possible from denying him from getting an early BIA, which I did. He did not get that round 16 BIA, so I'm happy about that. He gets his ace ready, so because of that, I normally would not balloon boost the first mob and just force a boost, but since he might have an ODS, I'm just gonna balloon boost the first mob and force a boost that way, if that makes sense. So that's what I do. He ends up boosting against it. He pretty much has to. And yeah, looks like he defends that pretty easily. But as you can see, I'm actually out farming him right now with 600 more eco because of how passive he's been towards me and how aggro I have been. You can look at how expensive his defense is. He's got 3 sports, a juggernaut, an ace, like 7 trip darts. So with his current defense, I can still force boosts or fan clubs. What I do now is when there's like heavy AIs, like round 20 rainbows or that type of stuff, I'll send a mob with leads along with it, and most of the time that will force defense or boost, because the mob mixed with AI can be pretty deadly. He sends me some stuff around 20. I'm fine boosting against that. I send him that mob around 20 with the AI, and it looks like he ends up boosting against that and fan clubbing. So definitely a good Moab sitting there. He ends up going for his bank. Definitely not smart. I send him a double Moab with some regrow leads behind, and that forces the bank sell. So I'm happy about that. And he ends up all outing me with Moabs because of it. So this is a pretty easy defend with boat mortar. You just spam some destroyers and then just use the mortar ability pretty much. Then he ends up sending me some more mobs after my boost is worn off, but again, very easy to defend. I can just use the mortar ability over and over again. I have the money for it. I send him 1 mob and that's GG. So good series against Asian. He obviously did not play the best. He is a really good player. He had a few misplays there, but always a pleasure playing him. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As I said before, check out his channel, but I'm guessing most of you already watch him. And that's about it for today. I will be going over some more of the games in the King of the Hill series for you guys in the future. But until next time, let's roll the outro.